Welcome to ProjectME, the podcast. I'm your host, Tiffany Carter, the founder of ProjectME, multimillionaire entrepreneur, former TV newscaster, money-making expert, female empowerment speaker, and self-proclaimed office supply addict. My mission is to take the mystery out of making big money. Every week on ProjectME, the podcast, I'll share success tips, strategies, and stories from other entrepreneurs, experts, and millionaires, showing you exactly how you can achieve your most exceptional life. Now let's get to it. Guaranteed you've wasted this year alone 1,232 minutes on this. Obsessing over it, analyzing it, overthinking, second guessing, wondering, and we cannot do this any longer, to the point where I am going to make sure this is fixed for you. Figuring out what your niche should be, having absolute confidence in your niche is a pivotal, foundational thing you must have for your business in order for you to speak clearly and convey clearly to your ideal client, letting them know what you specialize in helping them with. If it's too vague, you are not going to get sales, let alone even grow your audience, because people aren't sure what it is you really talk about, how you can really help them, and confused buyers don't buy. So regardless if you're just starting your business or you're neck deep in it, I have a one-time only workshop coming up that'll save you thousands and thousands of dollars and clearly hours and hours and hours of wasted time. It is time for you to get rid of these mistakes and start making consistent cash in your business and grow your audience by the thousands and filling it with people who will be excited to buy from you. So I'm going to take you from feeling stuck and not confident in your business to being crystal clear about your niche, so that you can start getting that cash, honey. This one-time only live workshop, Nail Your Niche, is valued at over $2,800. This is how much corporations I would charge in order to teach this live. And you can sign up today for only $197. Now, space for this is extremely limited, so you're going to want to get in there, get all the details, and grab your ticket right now. You go to projectmewithtiffany.com/nail your niche, projectmewithtiffany.com/nail your niche. In this 90 minutes, you will walk away with an I help statement that is eye-catching, tangible, and crystal clear. You'll walk away knowing exactly how to optimize your Instagram bio for maximum visibility and growth. Plus, I'll be teaching you the 3 key must-haves when you share any of your offers so that people actually buy them. So hurry, go grab this spot. All the details are in there, and I look forward to seeing you live in the Nail Your Niche workshop. Welcome to ProjectME with Tiffany Carter, the podcast and posse. I'm your host, Tiffany, and we are going to get into a new series today that I felt was incredibly necessary right now. I am titling it Entrepreneurship Real Talk, and I'll be covering all the different things that really we struggle with when we're going after building new things, going after wanting more and doing the scary stuff, and what comes up as a result of that, because we know it's not all Bali and butterflies. And in 14 years of being an entrepreneur, just when I think I have it kind of together, I'm hit with something new. And I know so many of you feel alone, isolated in doing this, because it is isolating, especially when you are building a brand or an arm of your business that's online and you're not seeing clients or patients or customers in real life. If you don't have a balance like that, you don't have a brick and mortar, or your business isn't designed that way, wow, it can feel isolating. And even if you do, because I work with a ton of medical practitioners, real estate agents, lawyers, restaurant owners. I even have a longtime client that owns a luxury tire company. Yes, that's a real thing. And even though they interact with employees and customers all day, there is still loneliness. You can be surrounded by people and feel lonely. I don't know if you've ever felt that way. I'm guessing you have. I know I have. And we feel lonely because we're not fully understood. We don't feel like we're heard, seen, and understood by those around us, or because we're the boss or we're the leader of this thing, whether it be the family, whether it be the vision, whether it be the business. We're the leader of it, and no one's going to care as much as we do. No one's going to understand the vision as much as we understand the vision, no matter how great of a person they are, no matter if we're married to them, no matter if we birthed them, no matter if they're our ride or die. It doesn't matter. And it can feel so freaking isolating and hard sometimes, and it's like in a vacuum. And then it gets compounded by everything that we see on social media, because you're seeing all the high points, the exciting points. And then there's some people that share like the manufactured hard days, but everything's miraculously fine the next day. Meanwhile, you've had a hard month. Or how about this? You've had a hard 2022. I almost said 2020 you. You've had a hard 2020 you. That's me, by the way. I'm over here raising my hand like an idiot. Like you guys can see me. Where, of course, we don't go into a new year going, this is going to be the hardest year of my life. Happy New Year's. No, we go into it like, this is going to be my year. I'm going to make this happen. This is going to be the year I do blank. This is my year of going to the next level. And I have in about 1,000 different ways. I neglected to have the conversation with God and the universe. Like, yeah, so about me going to the next level, I really didn't want to have to experience immense heart and gut-wrenching pain to get there. Yeah, could we kind of like rewind this and do a redo? We ask for what we want, we say what we want, and we don't get to pick how it's delivered and how we get there, because we don't always know better. And oftentimes a lot of pain and stress and mistakes and going sideways is required for us to get somewhere even better than imagined. And it's very hard to believe that and see that when we're in it. And I know for me, when I started my first business and this business, because it's a completely different model, so I might as well have opened like a restaurant as someone who doesn't cook and has no desire to. I mean, it's that different. I didn't realize that. I was like, well, I'm already a, multiple 7-figure entrepreneur. So I can start another business now, even though I'm scared. But I mean, how hard can it be? Drinking coffee. Oh, please. Damn, I did it good this morning. So I wanted to create this series so we can just have some real talk around the hard parts, the isolating parts, the lonely parts, the confusing parts, the bewildering parts, the maddening parts, the sad parts of entrepreneurship, because that's what I felt was missing. This is why I created this podcast to begin with, is I was wanting to start my dream business, my dream brand, my dream podcast, which is what you're listening to. And I was doing all the stuff I know you guys do, of following all the people and listening to the podcasts and reading the books. And there was no one that I felt was really there for the hard parts. I felt so alone in it. Like, is it just me? Because I didn't know anyone in the online space. Didn't know anybody. I didn't even know what a mastermind was. I was in like things that were more referred to as like executive retreats, personal development workshops, like, because that's what they're called more in the corporate world. And that's what my coach I had for many, many years specializes in working with corporate executives, which makes sense because that's, the world I was in. But I didn't know of any of this stuff. This was all new to me. Yes, I saw people did coaching and had things online, but I didn't really understand fully how it worked. Some of it, quite frankly, seemed cheesy and elementary to me. I had some of that like corporate judgment, right? Because it was like a coach. I'm a high-end consultant. It's like, listen, you call me whatever you need to call me for you to pay my ass and for me to help you. Whatever you're comfortable with, you can call me. Call me a mentor, call me a coach, call me a consultant, call me a guru, call me an expert, call me Tiff. Call me whatever you need to call me. It doesn't matter. We get so caught up in these titles because of how we're taught in society, and it really doesn't matter. It's all ego stuff. I'm here to serve you. I'm here to support you. I'm here to get you to where you want to get in your business, in your life, in your bank account, much faster and easier than I did with much less pain. That's really my goal. So you can have that FU money where you have the options right in front of you. You can pick any of them at any time. You don't have to depend on any person, place, thing, job, client, or institution for money again, which makes you feel trapped. I want you to feel free. I grew up feeling trapped. Then I got into corporate positions that also eventually made me feel trapped. And we're not meant to be trapped here. The beauty, the stuff the gifts that we have, the things we have to offer to pay forward, the freedom, the serenity, the joy, the peace that we want to deliver others and deliver to ourselves comes from us feeling free to do so. And I want to help you do that. If you have lost your damn mind and still haven't figured out what the hell your profitable niche is, you're not 100% sure if you've nailed it, you're not even sure what should be in your Instagram bio to allow people to be able to find you and follow you so you can stop growing at such a snail's pace and you can attract your ideal clients by the thousands. I'm taking this excuse away, this confusion away. I'm not sure. I call it like niche confusion. And it's like, well, I'm not sure what niche. Maybe I should do this niche. Maybe I should do that. I don't know what should go in my bio. And I see you guys changing it all the time. And you're looking at other people in your industry. And then you get more and more confused. This ends today. I am doing a one-of-a-kind Nail Your Niche live Zoom workshop so you can create a clear and profitable niche that attracts thousands of ideal clients, plus learn exactly what needs to be in your Instagram bio to stand out so you can grab your spot. This is a $2,800 training. This is how much corporations pay me to do this training, both virtually and if they want it live, it's $5,000. I am doing this for you guys for $197. Why? Because I cannot handle seeing any more generic niche statements that aren't going to get you anywhere and crappy Instagram bios that are causing you to actually not just not have any growth, but repel clients. So in this 90-minute workshop, you're going to walk away with an I help statement that is eye-catching, tangible, and crystal clear. You'll walk away with knowing exactly how to optimize your Instagram bio for maximum visibility and growth. Plus, I'll be sharing the 3 key must-haves when you share any of your offers so people actually buy them. The seating is extremely limited for this one-time only live workshop. So you're going to want to grab this right away. It's live on Zoom. All the details are on the sign-up page. Go to projectmewithtiffany.com/nail your niche. projectmewithtiffany.com/nail your niche. You can swipe up. The link is in the show notes. I'll also have the link in my bio on Instagram at projectmewithtiffany. Don't wait on this. If you're like, oh, well, I saw the date and time, Tiffany, I can't be there live. Well, there's no way I could have picked a damn exact date and time where all y'all could make it from all over the damn world. There's people with almost 50 countries listen to this podcast. So that would be impossible. So I am allowing for the replay to go out, and you have access to it, unlimited access for 7 days. So there is no reason to not sign up. I've got that part covered. Of course, joining us live for the fun and that being in that energy, getting your questions answered, popcorn style coaching. Of course, you're going to get the most out of it. But certainly I've designed any of my trainings where you will absolutely have the promises I deliver fulfilled in the replay as well. Otherwise, I'd be out of integrity, and we're not about that life. So go grab your spot right now. You can put this on hold to grab it. Keep in mind, there's between 12 and 17,000 unique downloads per podcast episode on the show. So don't be playing around. Go grab your spot. I'm excited to have this finally solved so I don't have to see any more of this stuff again. Like, we don't do basic here at ProjectME, do we? All right. Back to your regularly scheduled programming and me having more coffee. That's my male anchor voice imitation. I don't know how that really went. So here's the real talk for you. And this is not some feigned, is that a word? Who knows? It sounds really good. It sounds dramatic. Sounds dramatic. Let's go with it. Feigned. This is not some feigned vulnerability if you're new to listening to the show. I'm going to close my eyes and I'm going to take you back to stuff that's gone on this past week. This has been a doozy of a week, honey. In fact, not just a week. It's been a month, but I'm going to go back to last week. This year has been a wild ride for me. I entered this year with all the things, right? With all the things I know you did, with hope, possibility, the damn pandemic. This has got to come to an end. You know, we're going to be able to travel again and see people and hug people and touch people, and things are not going to be weird, and go out to dinner, and 22 is my lucky number. 222 are my angel numbers. So this has to be my year. You know, this is it. This is going to be it. And I'm going to go to the next level. I'm committed to doing whatever I need to do. I'm going to invest at the next level. I'm going to take action at the next level. I'm going to do my inner work at the next level. I'm going to show up at the next level. All of it. And I, whatever I put out there, I follow through, because I know that is how the law of attraction works. If we just say it, but we don't follow through with our actions, well, now we're out of integrity, and then we're out of alignment with the universe. And then we broke that law of attraction chain. Now that abundance isn't going to come your way. So take a look at that. If you're not having the abundance that you want, are your desires and your actions matching? You have to be really honest with yourself. It's not always cute when we have to take a serious, hard inventory of ourselves. And if it is always cute, you're not going deep enough, or you're in some wild denial, which is not working for you. And I got hit with one thing after another, stuff that I couldn't even have predicted, no matter how much I prepared and how much I put on the line. It was like that preparation met reality. I got hit with, I went to zig, the world went zag. I just kept moving. I kept going. I kept showing up. I got knocked sideways. I got back up again. There's wild Dateline show type stuff going on in my life. I keep showing up. I keep showing up. I keep showing up. And man, this last week or two, it was like, I'm tired. You might be able to hear like the congestion in my voice. I have pretty severe spring allergies. I thought it was, the other thing. It's not. And I rarely ever get sick. Rare anymore. And it was my body's way of telling me, I need to rest. I need to slow down. I need to go inward. I'm tired. Seriously. It's tiring. It's tiring sometimes, wanting more, building more, holding space for people, going after your dreams. It's tiring. As I'm recording this, I am sitting here. I'm alone. And I could go, well, of course, we're never always alone, but I'm just giving it to you straight up. I'm alone. I go create content for you guys at a cafe, which I love being, outside of my environment to come up with fun, creative stuff for you guys. Alone. Conversations with myself about things I want to create in my business alone. And I have a team of people, but I'm the visionary. I'm the face of the brand. I'm the leader. I'm the director. I love getting input. I love getting input from you. I love when you guys email and DM podcast ideas or program or course requests or topic requests. Love it. Because this is who I'm doing it for, right? Yes, this is very fulfilling for me to show up and serve, and I'm honored and privileged to do this, but I'm doing it for you. But I'm also reading those emails, reading the podcast reviews, responding to DMs. I'm alone. I'm alone with my phone. I'm alone. I'm alone. I'm alone. Some of you are blessed and you have beautiful families. You're sitting with a significant other, and I'm not sitting here like a pity party that I'm not. This is my choice at the moment. But even when I was living with someone else, it's still alone because it's my dream and it's my vision and it's my yearning and it's my passion. And typically, most people in your life, even those that love you the most, they're not going to fully get it. You might be lucky and they somewhat get it, but no one's ever going to fully get it because it's your life. It's what you want for yourself. It's what you want for your legacy. It's what you want for your kids. It's what you want to do for your family. That looks different than even your partner. If you have a partner, that doesn't mean they don't want a lot of great things for the kids or whatever, but it's different. They're a different person. And they're allowed to want something different. And they're not going to fully get it. And typically they're not. And I know you see on Instagram and TikTok, the people having like the husband and wives who work together and they build programs together and they go on influencer trips together and they make content together. And I used to be envious of that. Like, God, I want an Instagram husband. I want no, I fucking don't. Can you imagine? It looks nice. Listen, I've coached 3 in the last 2 years. I've coached 3 of those like Instagram husband, wife, coaching business. Maybe it's been 4 couples. It is nasty. Ooh, it is nasty behind the scenes. And yeah, on the gram, yes, you have someone who gets it and can help make content, and it's not all on you, and who understands, more about how all this works, and you have someone to ping off ideas off from. There's definitely some great positives there, but first of all, you can also pay for that. You could be in my ProjectME Posse group coaching membership and get that from people for $3.33 a day. You don't have to marry that. You don't have to partner with someone to have that. But I mean, of course, there's pros and cons to everything. But when I coach those people separately, the couples in business, or even business partners, they don't have to be a couple. When I coach them separately, they all of them, they low-key wish that they built it alone. They all do. It's very hard. It comes with a whole nother set of challenges where then you can't separate the relationship from business. There's resentment. I'd rather just be able to pay somebody and keep that personal life personal, but that's okay if that's your goal or your vision or you're doing that now. But I just want you to know that there's the fantasy channel part of it, which kind of look at social media as a fantasy channel. It's a fantasy channel part. And then there's the reality channel. The reality is behind the scenes, even the people who you see who are very successful, who've been doing this longer than you, whether it's in network marketing, it's in real estate, it's you're a healer, you're mindset coaching, you do business coaching and podcasting like me. I'm telling you right now, there are way more meltdowns and way more, I don't know what I'm doing. What the hell is going on? Can I really keep this up? I'm so freaking tired. There's a lot more of that than what you'll ever see out there. You know why? Because it doesn't sell. I would sell way more and be way more profitable if I only portrayed the fantasy channel to you guys. But that's not my brand, and I wouldn't be able to sleep at night. And that was also part of why it took me 10 years to really go after and start my dream business, because I thought something was wrong with me because it was so hard for me and I was getting so stuck. And I had all these thoughts in my head of like, can I do it? I don't look like these other people. And I'm not a hardcore extrovert. And I don't have like all these friends that we just go and do all these influencery activities with. And, you know, my life doesn't look like that. And I had all sorts of stuff like that come up. And there was no one speaking to that. And it delayed me from going all in. And I was like, there you go. That's the hole in the market, Tiff. You've got to show up and tell them what's up. And the what's up is you're going to have doubt. You're not going to know what the hell you're doing. You're going to feel like you're a fraud. You're going to feel like you're less than. You're going to feel like you're behind. You're going to feel like you need to keep doing more. You're going to feel like you need to be more. You're going to feel like you can't catch your breath. You're going to feel like you're drowning. You're going to feel like you're suffocating sometimes. And then you've got to get yourself to regroup as best as you can and show up regardless and know that that is normal. If I had just known that that was normal, and it doesn't go away, it just morphs into different things, by the way. What goes away is more of that sting of that really uncomfortable feeling of, God, is this going to work? Am I going to get to where I want to go? Well, that goes away once you've gotten really strong, consistent evidence you can get there, right? So that sting goes away. And I'm not minimizing that sting. That shit's not cute. So you get, that sting goes away. But then it morphs into, can I keep this up? Was that just a 1-year thing? Was that just a temporary thing? Can I go to the next level? Or is this where I'm at? It just morphs into something else. It just does. I promise you that you keep showing up and what you're desiring matches that action. Do not try to do this alone. You absolutely need to pay for high quality help. And you can sit here and go, well, Tiff, of course you're going to say that. You are high quality help, right? Like it can look self-serving. You can think that all you want. But I wouldn't be offering this service if I didn't believe you needed it. I wouldn't have put together the Nail Your Niche training if I didn't know for a fact that you've lost your damn mind to not do the training. I don't create anything that I don't believe absolutely will work for you. But I can tell you this, trying to figure it out on your own, trying to reverse engineer other people's stuff, studying other people's stuff, Googling this, Googling that. Yes, I'm not saying you can't get great answers and you can't get to a certain point, but you're toe dipping. You're not going to get those all in results because you're not going all in. You're trying to shortcut the system. You're trying to kind of play cheap with the system. Just imagine a brick and mortar business, a physical business that was trying to cheap out. You know, it's a restaurant that's trying to, let's say it's like a bagel shop, right? And they were like trying to be cheap and they're like, well, we can't afford to be on the main street, so we'll be off the main street. And we don't want to pay for advertising to let people know where we are because no one can see us because we're not on the main street. So, and we don't want to buy the higher end equipment to make our food quality better. We'll buy it later on once we have more money. So we'll just buy like the used stuff and we'll kind of pull it off, and we'll try to pull it off. Pulling it off is not a profitable business plan. A lot of you were taught, you inherited it learning from a parent. Your parents may have learned it from other parents. Pulling it off. Do you think pulling it off works in sports? Do you think Olympic athletes, that's their plan to pull it off? Do you think soccer players go into a match going, let's just pull it off today, you guys? Pulling it off is you're scamming yourself. Pulling it off is really trying to get away with doing less and then wanting to get great results. And truly, a lot of us did that in school. I know I did. Again, raising my hand like you can see it. With classes that I was not interested in, and I was like, really? Like religion and Eastern studies? Like, listen, I was so bored. So, of course, yeah, I would cram, study, do stuff at the last minute to pull it off. Pulling it off didn't get me an A, did it? No, of course not. And I didn't think I would get an A by pulling it off. So at least I was of rational mind. You're trying to pull it off and get A-level cash. Pulling it off, I'm telling you, in the business world, it leads to failure. And we've all seen those boutiques, those restaurants, those stores that were like, God, if they had only done this, this, and this. You want it to work, you've got to put that skin in the game that is very uncomfortable and take that risk. And I'm not saying like you're putting so much on the line that if one little thing goes wrong, you can't feed your family. I'm not about that life. But you should be going into debt to start a business. Unless you have like rich Uncle Johnny that's funding you, which was, fabulous. Take that. But it'd be weird if you didn't, because the amount of money you're spending by trying to pull it off, the amount of energy, the amount of time you're wasting and spending in this trying to kind of pull it off energy, this is the problem. And then it's making you more lonely and more isolated because you're wondering what you're doing wrong. Why isn't it working? Why is it working for everyone else and not me? And this is why I'm giving you the real talk. I will always tell you what you need to hear, not necessarily the fluffy fairy tale fantasy channel stuff that you want to hear that might get you to buy. Please don't fall for that stuff anymore. I've fallen for it too. I've bought the shake weight. I've bought the ab belt. Don't fall for that stuff. Pulling it off. Your dreams deserve for you to show up and step in and jump into that water fully. And you don't have to do it alone. I'm right here. I'm here to guide you. I really am excited to see you as take that step. Even if you're already making some money in your business, I'm telling you, this Nail Your Niche training and optimizing your Instagram bio, you need this, and it will be solved in 90 minutes where I know your ass has spent months. Some of you have spent years. And you're still not confident with it. Let's put this to bed, shall we? Shall we put this to bed? If you love this episode and you love the idea, the series of the Entrepreneurship Real Talk, take a screenshot, share this on your Instagram stories, Facebook stories, tag me at ProjectME with Tiffany so I know that you're into it. I would love for you to DM me or email me with topic suggestions for this series so I can best serve and support you on your life, building your dreams. I know it feels like you're alone, but you're not. We're doing this damn thing together. Wishing you great health, wealth, and worth as always. Love you. And if you haven't written a dang 5-star written Apple Podcast or Spotify review, what's wrong with you? This is not good. This is the law of reciprocity when it comes to manifestation. If you want people leaving you testimonials, you want people writing you reviews for things that you have now or things that you have in the future, you've got to start first. So if you've been, whether you've listened to one episode, you've listened to hundreds of these episodes, please take that 60 seconds and go do it. If you don't know how, you can simply Google, how do I leave a written Apple podcast review? How do I leave a written Spotify podcast review? And up will pop up the very simple steps. I read each and every one. Leave your Instagram handle or name in the review if you would like, because I do feature these in my social media, and I would love to shout you out as my way of saying thank you so much for showing your appreciation for the show. If you enjoyed this podcast, please write a 5-star review on iTunes. Not only will this make me super happy, but it will allow more listeners to find our special show. Simply help me help others.